Welcome back. It's not Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It's windowpurchase.com. Yeah, I got jokes. Anyway, let's see here. If you like my website, as always, please subscribe. If you like my jokes, definitely subscribe. And I also still have my book on the market, Shopping for Windows 101. I put up a test on my website called Are You Really Ready to Buy Windows? It's a 75-question test. Here's a spoiler alert. Nobody's passed it yet, not even close, which basically tells you they're not ready to buy Windows. We're also working on a test, Are You Really Ready to Buy Doors? Which nobody will pass either. But the point of it is not to make people feel stupid. It's to make them realize they're about to make a decision, a major purchase for their house on windows or doors, and they're still lacking a bunch of information. And that's the problem. This is why I do all this stuff. Spend all the money, spend all the time. Anyway, this video is going to be pretty short. Aftermarket window films on the glass surface. When I consult with clients, every once in a while somebody asks me, well, is your glass tinted? Well, what do you consider tinted? All right, the door is white. This is tinted. Okay? When they say tinted, this is what I'm thinking that they're thinking. Kind of like the windows on my car. All right? And there is low-E coatings on this glass. And if you remember my low-E coatings, my low-E video, there's more than 100 different variations you can do with low-E. So now this is also low-E coated glass. Obviously it doesn't look tinted. But some people that see this might say, well, that looks tinted to me. Well, again, it's all speculative. When you hold them together, you can see there's a major difference in clarity. Now, both of these could be equally as energy efficient as the other, but the thing is, with the newer technology on the market, and with that being said, it doesn't mean everybody's using the highest, best new technology, so don't get carried away with that. This is low-E coated glass, which technically has a slight tint to it, but it's not what people are thinking on this. So where I'm going with this is some warranties on the market actually state within the warranty. There's a whole page of what's not covered under this limited warranty, okay? And one of the things that I see every now and then is aftermarket window films to glass surface. So basically what they don't want you to do is buy a window that looks like this, even though it's low-E coated. And these are usually the companies that are showing, not always, but usually the companies showing you the heat lamp demonstrations, which, watch my video on that. I think it's video number 80, I could be wrong, I'm losing track, maybe. It's nothing but smoke and mirrors, dog and pony show. I do not like those at all, especially when they whip out the Freon and spray it on one side of the glass, and they whip out the BTU meter in the heat gun. It doesn't give you any specific ratings on the glass, so that's the problem. If every person you had come out to do a presentation, dug the heat lamp out of a bag, plugged it in, put glass in front of it, sprayed Freon on the glass, took out a BTU meter, pointed a heat gun at it and said, see, here's the surface temperature. That's all fine and dandy, but I'm going to come in and I'm going to ask you 5 or 6 performance rating questions, and if that's as good as you got, you're not going to know the answer to anything I'm about to ask you. So how do you compare this guy's product to this guy's product to know who's really outperforming the other when all you're seeing is a bunch of dog and pony shows, BTU meters, Freons, and heat lamps? Okay? So when somebody tries to convince you that their glass is either high-end or better than it really is, and you go out and you buy 15, 20, 30, 50 windows, and all of a sudden you're not satisfied with your brand new windows because now they're not as impressive as the heat lamp demonstration was. If you can't afford to buy 15, 20, 30 more windows all over again and do it right the second time, you're going to wind up going out and buying an aftermarket window film, which usually has a tint to it, and then putting it on the glass. And in a lot of those warranties, it tells you aftermarket window films to glass surface will void the warranty. And they don't really tell you why but I can give you a couple reasons. The heavier the tint, the more heat it absorbs, the hotter the glass gets. The hotter the glass gets, it's going to have an effect possibly on the framing system that's around the glass. Now maybe that framing system does good with heat and maybe it doesn't. The spacers between the glass, watch my video on spacers. The type of spacers being used can be highly conductive to heat transfer, which is not good. Or it can have buckling or sagging problems if it's not put in right. And when the glass absorbs more heat and gets much hotter, it's going to exacerbate those problems. The other thing is what type of sealants were used to go around the edges of the glass. Did the glass have any type of edge deletion before the sealants were applied? And was it a single seal or a dual seal system? Because most of them I see in the market are only a single seal system. And again, putting an aftermarket window film on that glass is going to exacerbate all those problems because the underlying things that you were never told about and didn't know to ask about, those types of components or ingredients or materials aren't that good, and they're more prone to breaking down in a much quicker fashion. And this is what I'll even getting to the subject of, are you the type of person that keeps your blinds and curtains open on a hot day? See, a better window with a better glass package should be able to take that heat without you having to shut your curtains and blinds to keep that from coming into the room, making the room too hot. Now, when you shut your curtains or blinds on a hot day, it blocks some of that from coming further into the room, but the heat's still coming through the glass, and all you're doing is trapping it between the curtains and the blinds and the window. It's still coming into the room. But now the fact that you've shut these, now you're making the window even hotter from this side, which is causing twice the problems. So anyway, you can see how deep the rabbit hole goes on this. It's not as simple as people think, and that's why I wanted to address it in this video. Anyway, my name is Jay Johnson, windowpurchase.com. If you want to hire me for consulting, check out my 800 number on my homepage. Give me a call. We'll talk. Thank you again so much. Have a good day.